Hi, my name is Sweet Samanto. Welcome to Learning Table YouTube platform. Today we are going to discuss about engineering mechanics that will be continue from the previous video. So let's start. So इस रिजल्टेंट वैल्यू का रिजल्टेंट फोर्स का वैल्यू जो हो पी रूट ओवर पी स्क्वायर प्लस क्यू स्क्वायर प्लस 2p क्यू कॉस थीटा इसको डिफाइन करने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा। पहले जो डायग्राम है इस डायग्राम में एक ट्रायंगल है ओ सी डी। इस ट्रायंगल को हम क्या करेंगे एक्सट्रैक्ट करके यहाँ पर रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे। इसके बाद हम इसको सॉल्व करेंगे। पहले इसको रिप्रेजेंट करता हूँ। ओके, here is the diagram of triangle. ट्रायंगल क्या होगा ओ सी डी। यहाँ पर क्या पॉइंट होता है ए पॉइंट होता है हो, तो यहाँ पर हो गया ए पॉइंट है। ओके, एंड दैट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ आर एंड दैट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ क्यू। ओके, एंड दैट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ पी, राइट। And that is here is the angle called alpha and here is the angle called theta. इसका थीटा क्यों हुआ? क्योंकि देखो ठीक से देखो यहाँ पर थीटा क्यों होगा, इसका सेन क्यों होगा, क्योंकि OB and AC is the parallel, two lines are parallel and here OA is the common intersection of two parallel lines. Then their same side angle is will be the same. Their same side angle will be the same. That is why if this angle this value of angle is theta, then here is the value of angle is also be the theta. That is why here we put the value of theta, and then we have to define the value of resultant force to determine the value of resultant force R. To determine the value of resultant force R, we have to consider the triangle. So we can say that from triangle OCD we can write that OC square is equal to OD square plus DC square. We all know that Pythagoras formula, that is the if in a right angle triangle hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus height square. That is why we represent that OC square is equal to OD square plus DC square. Then we put the value of OC. OC is the value R is the value of OC, and R square is equal to OD means, what is the OD? OD means OA plus AD. So we can write the O plus AD square plus DC square. So again we can put the value of OA is the P. So P plus AD square plus DC square. And then here is the two things are the unknown, AD and DC. We have to find the value of AD and DC. So we have to consider the triangle ACD. So r square is equal to, that is the number 1 equation. Again, from triangle ACD we can find that we can write sine theta is equal to height by hypotenuse. Height, what is the height? DC by DC is the height, that is the base, that is the hypotenuse. Okay, so we can write this, the sine theta is equal to height, that means DC, and hypotenuse, here is the hypotenuse, so AC, and we can put the value of AC, DC by Q, then we can also find the value of DC, that is DC is equal to Q sine theta, and again we can also write this cos theta is equal to base per hypotenuse. So what is the base? Base in ACD, that is the base is here, so AD by AC. Again we can put the value of Q, AD by Q, and then we can find the value of AD is equal to Q cos theta, and then from the equation 1 we get r square is equal to P plus AD, that means Q cos theta whole square plus, that is the DC, Q sine theta square, and we can write this in formula A plus B the whole square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB. That is also here, put the formula, so we can write this P square plus Q square cos square theta plus 2PQ cos theta, and here is also write this plus Q square sine square theta. Okay, and then here is the common things in two values, Q square, then we can write Q square sine square theta plus cos square theta, and then we can write P square plus 2PQ cos theta. Okay, and then we all know that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, so we can write this Q square plus P square plus 2PQ cos theta, and then what is the value of R is equal to root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Here is the determination of value of resultant force R, that is the value of R is equal to root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Okay, the next one is to determine the value of alpha. Okay, so in that diagram we can write this from triangle OCD. Tan alpha is equal to, we can say that tan means height by base. What is the height? Height is DC, and what is the base? Base is OD. Then we can put the value and split the OD into values. Here is the value of DC. DC is Q sine theta, and what is the value of OD? So OD is OA plus AD, and then we can write this Q sine theta. OA means P and AD means Q cos theta. So we can write that alpha is equal to tan inverse Q sine theta by P plus Q cos theta. That is the determination of alpha that makes an angle between P value and the resultant force R value. Okay. So second one is triangle law of force. What is the definition of triangle law of force? If two forces acting simultaneously on a particle. So in the previous statement, in previous statement of parallelogram law of forces, there is there is two forces acting simultaneously. Here is also in triangle law of forces, two forces acting simultaneously on a particle. B represented in magnitude and direction by the two sides of a angle. Two sides of a triangle taken in order. So we can draw this by this, with the help of this statement. Here is the particle O named given as O. So if two forces acting simultaneously on a particle, be represented in magnitude and direction by the two sides of a triangle. Here is the two sides of triangle. One is that side, other one is that side. Okay, so we can name it as A. Okay, A, and here is the B, and that is the force P, and that is the force Q. Okay, if two forces acting simultaneously on a particle be represented in magnitude and direction by two sides of a triangle taken in order, then their resultant may be represented in magnitude and direction by their third side of the triangle taken in opposite order. Here is the third side of a triangle, and their order is also the opposite, and is the value, the resultant value of R is in magnitude is R, and the direction is the opposite to the other two forces. That is the triangle law of force. And third one is polygon law of force. And what is the polygon law of force? If a number of forces acting, if here is the number of force, okay, there are no specific 2 force, 3 force, 5 force, there are no specific forces, then we can say that if a number of forces acting simultaneously on a particle, now we can consider the 5 forces simultaneously on a particle. Then what is the representation of these forces is, here is the particle O, and 5 force also be represented in that, also in that. Okay, that is the A, B, C. Now we consider the not 5 forces, that is considered in four forces. Okay, so here is the force, the magnitude is small a and direction is in that position. Here is the force small b in magnitude and direction is that position, and here is the small c is the magnitude of this force bc in that direction, and cd small d a b c d is the value of cd forces, and direction is the that position. Okay, in the arrow position. Then here we consider the four forces, not five forces. Here we consider the four forces. Okay, taken in order. Then their resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the closing side of the polygon taken in opposite order. Here is the if I close this side, we can say that is the pentagon. So here is the closing sides of the pentagon, and what is the direction of these forces? That is the resultant force, also be the resultant force. That is why we said that the resultant force represented in magnitude and direction by the closing side of the polygon. That means here we can consider the pentagon. So here is the closing sides of the pentagon, and here is the resultant value of r, and in opposite order. Here is the opposite order, that we can say that the resultant value of resultant force is, that means the magnitude is r and the direction is the closing sides of in opposite direction, closing sides of the polygon in opposite direction. That is the definition of Polygon's law of force. Then we have to know यहाँ पर कुछ forces का resolution है, resolution force of force जिसको हमको जानना है. What is the resolution of force? There is the something point by point 1 2 3 and so on. We have to know that what is the resolution of forces. First one is the resultant of more than two intersecting forces may be found out by resolving all the forces horizontally and vertically. So यहाँ पर क्या बोल रहा है कि resultant force of more than two intersecting, जब टू इंटरसेक्टिंग पॉइंट, मोर देन टू इंटरसेक्टिंग पॉइंट होगा फोर्स का, तब क्या होगा, उसको कैसे रिजॉल्व करेंगे फोर्स का, एक हॉरिजॉन्टली लेंगे एक वर्टिकली लेंगे, उसको हॉरिजॉन्टली रिजॉल्व करेंगे, उसका वर्टिकली रिजॉल्व करेंगे, उसके रिजॉल्व करेंगे, उसके बाद उसका जो रिजल्टेंट होगा, उसका रिजल्टेंट का ऐसे तरीके से लिखेंगे, उसका रिजल्टेंट होगा द रिजल्टेंट फोर्स all these resolved horizontally and vertically is represented in a square of summation of horizontal force, resolution of horizontal force square plus sum of vertical force square. Okay, and here is the significance of summation of h is equal to sum of resolved part in horizontal direction, and summation of v is equal to sum of resolved part in vertical direction, that is the vertical direction. So second one is, if the resultant force r makes an angle alpha with the horizontal force, okay, then what is the resultant, what is the angle tan alpha, what is the tan alpha, value of tan alpha? Tan alpha is equal to summation of vertical force, summation of force in vertical direction, summation of forces in vertical direction and by summation of forces in horizontal direction. That is the representation of tan alpha. Then we can say that alpha is equal to tan inverse summation of vertical force by summation of horizontal force. That is the value of alpha. Okay, third one is, if the resultant of a number of forces acting on a particle, एक पार्टिकल के ऊपर बहुत सारा फोर्सेस एक्टिंग कर रहा है, उसके बाद क्या होगा, उसका जो रिजल्टेंट होगा, इफ द रिजल्टेंट ऑफ द फोर्सेस एक्टिंग ऑन ए पार्टिकल इज जीरो, वो जीरो हो जाएगा तो क्या होगा, देन द पार्टिकल वी कैन से दैट द पार्टिकल विल बी इन इक्विलिब्रियम. पार्टिकल इक्विलिब्रियम पे है, हम बोल सकते हैं, क्योंकि उसका रिजल्टेंट फोर्स क्या हो गया, जीरो हो गया. ओके, फोर्थ वन इज ए सेट ऑफ फोर्सेस whose resultant is zero. A set of forces, 2 force, 3 force, 5 force, 6 force, a set of forces जो भी होगा, a set of forces whose resultant is zero, whose resultant force is zero, are known as equilibrium forces. That force is also called equilibrium forces. And fifth one is the force which brings a set of forces in equilibrium. The force which brings the set of forces in equilibrium, that is called equilibriant. The force which brings a set of forces in equilibrium is called equilibriant. And sixth one, equilibrium force is equal to the, if equilibrium force is equal to the resultant force, is equilibrium force is equal to the resultant force in magnitude but in opposite direction. Equilibrium force is equal to the resultant force in magnitude but in opposite direction. That is the sixth point. Seventh point, key, a number of forces acting on a particle will be in equilibrium. A number of forces acting on a particle, a number of forces acting on a particle will be equilibrium होगा if a number of forces acting on a particle will be in equilibrium. कब होगा equilibrium? जब summation of horizontal force, sum of forces in horizontal direction is equal to 0 and sum of forces in vertical direction is 0, then the number of forces acting on a particle will be in equilibrium. Okay, that is the resolution of force. Next one is the system of force. So what is the system of force? System of force क्या है, पहले जानना है कि system of force क्या है. When two or more than two forces, when two or more than two forces act on a body, they are said to form a system of forces. Okay, they are said to be, उसको क्या कहेंगे हम? System of force. When two or more forces acting on a body, this form is also called system of forces. That is the P1 force, that is the P2 force, here is the particle, and this system, that is the system of forces. And here is the some forces also we have to know that ये जो force है इसको हमको जानना है क्या क्या force है, पहले एक एक करके इसको हम डिफाइन करेंगे. ठीक है, सो पहले वाला क्या है, एक नंबर पे है कोप्लानर फोर्स. What is the coplanar force? What is the definition of coplanar force? The force whose lines of action lie on a same plane, whose lines of action lie on a same plane is known as also coplanar force. एक मतलब एक प्लेन के ऊपर, जब दिखाता हूँ, ये जो प्लेन है इसके ऊपर फोर्स है. ठीक है, जब एक ही प्लेन के ऊपर ये सब फोर्स होता है, इसको क्या, इस फोर्स को हम क्या कहेंगे? कोप्लानर फोर्स. दैट इज द डेफिनेशन. The force whose lines of action lie on a same plane are also known as coplanar forces. Then second number is the concurrent force. What is the concurrent force? The forces which meet at one point, the forces which meet at one point are known as concurrent force. So there is the four forces, P1, P2, P3, P4. There is the four forces. As an example, there is the four forces which meet at one point O, and that system of force is also known as the concurrent force. Here is the coplanar force, here is the concurrent force. Third one is the coplanar concurrent force. What is the definition of coplanar concurrent force? The forces which meet at one point. The force, here is the example of coplanar concurrent force. The forces which meet at one point, that is O, one point, and their lines of action lie on a same plane. That is the plane represented in that position. That is the plane lie on a same plane. That is the plane, and these forces are lie on a same plane. That are called coplanar non-concurrent forces. This is the system of force, that is coplanar concurrent force. Coplanar concurrent force. So what is the definition of coplanar concurrent force? The forces which meet at one point and their lines of action lie on a same plane are called coplanar concurrent forces. And fourth one is coplanar non-concurrent forces. What is the definition of coplanar non-concurrent forces? The forces which do not meet at one point but their lines of action lie on a same plane. Here is the plane, okay, that is the same plane. Here is the three forces lie on a same plane but they are not going to be intersect. That is why that system of force is also called the coplanar non-concurrent force. That is the example of coplanar non-concurrent force. That's all for today, and the discussion will continue in the next video. Till then, keep watching Learning Table and stay safe. Bye.